Sustainability Matters, in partnership with the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Guam Green Growth, presented by Green Energy Solutions, Inc.
When the pandemic hit and we were forced into lockdown, many turned to gardening as a natural therapy for coping with the isolation we were experiencing, and others embraced it as a return to sustainable living. Back to Nature Gardening and Hydroponics opened its doors in November last year. Co-owner India Sakaguchi.
Like everybody else, when the pandemic hit, we had to kind of reevaluate our lives in general. We did have a business that was quite tourist dependent, so we had to scale that way back. We basically turned our hobby of gardening into a business by bringing in a lot of the products that we saw were doing really well in other stores around Guam. We haven't stopped yet. We're still taking customer requests all the time, trying to bring in whatever people are looking for, but we're just really happy to be Guam's first dedicated garden center. You won't find any other hardware store items here. It's pure green.
No matter what you're growing, and whether it's indoors or outdoors, Sakaguchi says they offer soil, fertilizer, nutrients, pest control, pots, and measuring meters to ensure you get a successful crop. She adds that if there was a positive from this pandemic, it's been people turning to their gardens and realizing the importance of sustainability.
Before the pandemic hit, we were all embroiled in our 9-to-5s. We didn't have that much time to focus on our houses, on our gardens. And as soon as we were in quarantine, we suddenly realized, oh, hey, this space that's just been, sitting around vacant with nothing in it would look really great with like a planter and some, vegetables. And why don't I turn this other space into like a, aesthetic orchid wall? Or so many people did turn to gardening. Even though they go back to the normal way of life, I don't think they're going to forget what they've learned these past 12 months. And I think it's a good way forward. A lot of the customers who come to us are younger, and they'll say, my grandma taught me how to, plant this, and my granddad taught me how to raise chickens, and it's good for Guam.
Back to Nature's NFT hydroponic systems have drawn a great deal of interest from those who live in smaller houses and apartments with no space for traditional soil-based farming.
With the hydroponic systems, which are great for leafy greens, they can be growing all of the lettuce, kale, bok choy, spinach, all of those leafy greens that go through a relatively quick vegetative stage. They don't have very developed root systems, and that's why they grow very well in the hydroponic systems. And then you can just harvest your salads off your balcony. How awesome is that?
And she has this message for the people of Guam.
Some people think that, Guam's soil isn't good, so you can't grow anything, and that's just not true. You can grow so many different things. The soil is completely different from north to south anyway. Use what you have, grow what can be grown, and if you need to use a different type of soil, the soils are readily available. Our climate here allows us to grow so many fruits and vegetables year-round. We're so lucky and blessed that we have the environment and the climate that we do.
You can stop by Back to Nature Gardening and Hydroponics, located in Tamuning behind AK. For more information, you can also follow and like their page on Instagram and Facebook. Just look for Back to Nature Guam.
Sustainability Matters, in partnership with the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Guam Green Growth, presented by Green Energy Solutions, Inc.